Put your black olives on that side and your sweet gherkins on that side and go for it. Somebody annoyed me and said, I bought that at Kmart in the 1970s. That's not an antique. No, you did not buy this in Kmart at Kmart in the 1970s.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the dining room table of the 1925 bungalow. I'm Scott. Now, no, this isn't a live sale. Am I confusing you? Well, if you normally watch my live sales, or if you've ever visited one, you'll know that this is where I carry on. But today I have a thrift haul. In fact, I've got so much, I'm going to do two parts. Yeah, I'm going to film them right after one after the other, and I'm not going to change my shirt, so I'm warning you. I had to open up the leaves on this table in order to accommodate, and I still have things on the floor and out in the truck. So I'm really excited about it, and I've got some announcements. But before we begin, today's cup of root beer is brought to you by, well, we can't really have the dancing coffee man because it's root beer, and I don't know who it's brought to you by, because if I turn it upside down, I'll spill it. Anyway, I've told you before, this really isn't a drinking glass. It was an old ice crusher, yeah, with a gizmo on the top and a little plunger that went wah, 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 and it crushed the ice. But it makes a really good drinking glass. And yeah, you don't see any fizz, but it's root beer. It's all right. If it goes flat, it goes flat. Now, oh, some of you may also notice, did somebody break in? No, but I did empty my china closet because I'm going to be getting it ready for fall. And that's going to be a video you're going to see as well. What will I choose? You'll see. All right, let's just do a thrift haul. Guess what? To begin with, everything that I show you is available right now in the old Curiosity Shop eBay store. What? He hadn't put anything in that store in weeks. Well, I know. But the end of summer has arrived, and it's time for me to get back in gear. My goal is to list new items in that store every other day. Now, that means I have today off because I listed these things yesterday. Now, my eBay store link is in the description box right underneath of this video. So just go down there and find it and click on it, and it'll take you right to the store. Still not a lot in there because I let it dwindle down to nothing. I'm going to show you now the items that are there. They are all listed at a 7-day auction. Now, this is the next day, so it's only 6 days selling. Okay, so what's in the store right now? In the store right now is this wonderful pink, and I bet you're saying, yeah, I bet he saves all the good stuff for the live sales. I have my reasoning, but I've put some really lovely things in that store, in that eBay store. So I know some of you don't care for the live sales, and that's quite all right. Check out the eBay store. Look at this beautiful pink vase. I know it looks like maybe it was swung or pulled like a handkerchief vase, but this is all done in a mold, and you can see it's all uniform here the way the top is done, and it really is pretty. It was fire polished as well, and it's pink without any chips or cracks in it, and really just a beautiful, because of all this fanciness around the top, I'd say it's probably just a little candy dish rather than for serving jelly or anything like that at the table. But it is lovely pink, Depression era. Don't necessarily know the maker on that. Or this etched bowl here. It's like an upside down umbrella. I could do the mummer's strut with this. It's wheel cut Typical flowers of the Depression era. There's that little heart handle. And I like the upturned edges. So you could use it for serving lemons. It could be candy. Obviously, whatever you'd like it to be. Pink Depression glass. Let's keep rocking the pink. Look at these. Now this is a cream and sugar, open sugar, obviously, and that pattern is called the Victory pattern. That's what they called it. And it was made, if memory serves, by the Liberty Glass Works. Art Deco in feel with that almost lightning bolt handle, or very angular handle there. And a very angular shape. This one is even more deco looking than the other one. So, again, in excellent condition. Beautiful pink color. Not all pink is created equal. So, much darker, more saturated pink. This is a lighter pink. Once again, the Liberty pattern, which you can find in many different color. The Victory pattern by Liberty, which you can find in many different colors. Now this, I want you to look at that. I want you to compare that color pink to this color, and this color pink to this color pink. What do you notice about this one? A little more orange. Yeah, a little more orangey. Put this back up there. Okay, this is old. These other pieces, old. That, it ain't old. Now, it is an old pattern, and that's the, I think collectors call it pear or sweet pear, but when it was made, it was called avocado. They don't really look like avocados so much to me. But this was produced early on, way back in the Depression, and then I guess it was Indiana, Tierra, whatever that stuff was in the 70s. They brought it back again. But the 70s era has a more orange color to it. Nothing wrong with these, and I've got 4 of them. So now, look at this teapot. And I've got the cream and sugar, and I've got to be really, hey, this is all in the eBay store right now. There's the teapot. There's the, that's a creamer. And look at the covered sugar bowl. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's that, get your truck warranty renewed again. Why they always do that while I'm broadcasting? We see here Limoges, France, whoever it was who painted it, which was somebody named P. Jones. Delicate, beautiful. Look at how beautiful the painting is. No chips or cracks on this. Gilding is really pretty. It's just a cute little teapot. And I think Tressman and Vogt is the, I think we see that somewhere. There's French Limoges on there again. So you'll see T and V. There's the T and V mark, which is not that easy to see. So Tressman and Vogt, V-O-G-T, if memory serves, might have been, I believe that's what's stamped on the bottom. And then once again, as I said, Limoges, France. So just lovely. This, I love this. Now, we can all debate whether it was meant as a dresser tray or to serve on the table. I'm going to go with serving on the table since we've got this wonderful little handle for passing this around. Clear glass, etched, and I think wheel cut. I'll let you see the etching there. Very unique. I haven't seen this one before. One of the great glass companies, American glass companies. Beautiful glass. Yeah. So for my clear glass lovers, put your black olives on that side and your sweet gherkins on that side and go for it. I love that thing. Let's look at a piece of pottery. Wow. Hand thrown. Look at the, see? Ripples. We don't get a lot of information on the bottom. We have a shiny glaze on the bottom and a number. But this is an early piece of Zanesville pottery. And you know, I drove right through. In fact, I stopped and I think I got a sandwich in Zanesville on my way to Kentucky. So I was right there. But this isn't where I got this. No chips or cracks, beautiful hand-thrown pot there. There's a piece of paper down inside. That looks like an old price tag. I need to get that out of there. And there's a hint of purple in there as well, over this, whatever you want to call that blue, periwinkle blue, I don't know, whatever blue that is. And little bits of purple in there. Probably dates to the 1930s. It's in excellent condition. The glaze is beautiful. No issues on it at all in terms of damage, and of course no repairs. American-made pottery. Just lovely. I like that color, and really almost a pretty springtime color, but I went ahead and stuck that in the eBay store anyway. Let's have a sip. You guys sipping on anything? It's around lunchtime here, and I'll be having some lunch soon. Now I've got 2 oil lamps to show you. This is EAPG, Early American Pattern Glass, and I'm proud to offer 2 of them. Now somebody annoyed me. Oh, what on earth? I have just noticed that on top of my neighbor's roof, ooh, is a lounge chair and a blanket. How on earth are they gonna get? I need to take a picture of this. Now there's nobody in the lounge chair. Is somebody sunning up on top of their roof? How did they get up on the, and it has a, boy, I thought I saw some things in Philadelphia. Anyway, mind your business. Somebody annoyed me and said, oh, I bought that at Kmart in the 1970s. That's not an antique. No, you did not buy this in Kmart at Kmart in the 1970s. This is old pattern glass, and you know, there's a lot of things that give that away, but take a look at the brass top, which is threaded, and see how it's connected with, it almost looks like cement in there. It's some type of a hardened plaster. I don't know what they used in the olden days to attach the brass. I'll call it a fitter, but it's threaded to accommodate, you know, the burner and the chimney and all that stuff, and then the, you know, you lamp people. So it's really pretty. Now they might have sold something like this at Kmart in the 1970s. Handsome. I like the squareness of it. 4 feet, hollow up in there. Yeah, patterned. I don't know, because as I've said before, it would take me forever to look all of these up. And then I found another one, and you're getting them just like this. Now these are in great condition, no chips, no cracks, beautiful. I'll tell you what, it's not difficult to electrify these, which doesn't hurt them at all. It's also not difficult to get the old burners that you can put on here and put your oil in there and get ready for a blackout this winter when the blizzards get here. So this is another one with the brass top. I've had these for a while, and I'm very attracted to them because I like glass, pattern glass, and these are ready in the store right now for you if you'd like. All right, placing these on the floor. We are about 14 minutes in. That's everything that's new in the store as of yesterday. But remember, it's only a 7-day auction on all of these things. And as I said, my plan is to list new things in that eBay store every other day. Now, some days I might list 10 things, other days I might only list one, but I gotta keep that store going. Now, let me show you a little bit of a thrift haul. Just a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot one thing that's also in the eBay store right now. I have another set, luncheon set. So it's only 4. I shouldn't say luncheon set because I don't have the plates. But 4 cups and saucers, green depression glass. Yes, it glows under a black light. So 4 of them in an optic pattern, and I forget. Somebody will tell me. You can look this up. It's the Hocking Federal Hazel Hatless, one of them, and one of their patterns. It just escapes me at the moment, but it's not difficult to find. You can get plates and sherbets and all kinds of things to go with this if you'd like. All right, so no chips, no cracks on that set. And once again, it's 4 of them. There are 4 of them. That's the end of the new things in the eBay store. Now, let's have a little bit of a thrift haul. These things are being processed. Now you say, well, are you going to sell those in the store or in a live sale? Well, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know until the night of the live sale. I do try to do previews when I can. Let me hold this up. I hope this doesn't confuse you, because I want you to know that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 of these. Ignore this center handled serving tray for a minute, and just look at the 6 of these little tiny opalescent hobnail. Now, they must be little punch cups, I expect. And I know I've seen this kind of thing before, but I've had no time yet to do any research at all. So I know we always think of good old Fenton when we think of little opalescent hobnails, but not sure about that. The handles are applied. See there? Right? Applied handles, very nice. There were actually 7 of these in the store, and one of them had a big old crack right down the side. So I left that one there. I didn't really want the cracked one, but it's nice to have this little set of 6. I also bought, and will probably keep in my own collection, this center-handled serving tray, which isn't really covered with dust, but when I wash things and dry them, I have a dish towel that leaves, lint all over things. Really nice piece. Again, this will date from the mid-20s into the mid-30s, and it's got that typical late 20s, early 30s Depression-era enamel paint on it. And I'll be able to look through my books and probably figure out who the manufacturer was. I really like when they did the solid colors on the back, 2-tone here, the yellow and the blue, and then the flowers and the gilding on the top. It gives it some dimension. So it's a pretty piece, and normally these painted pieces from that era are things that I keep because I'm developing a nice collection of glass from that period. Look at this. Boy, is that Victorian? I think so. Have not had one moment to, this is brand new to me. Just got it. And there's not a chip on any of those ruffles. I called it a sea anemone. What is it? Anemone? I'm not saying that right. It looks like a sea creature, doesn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Who made this? This is Victorian glass, I believe, and I haven't had a chance to study it. There's no markings on the base. It's just silver plated. over copper or brass. Yeah, that's old. I just love this thing. And it's not ruby flashed either. That color is hard and fast in that glass. That was just... I also, and a few of these things, if you were watching in the live sale Monday night, I did a show and tell at the end and showed you a few of these things. Here is a beautiful piece of American brilliant cut glass as opposed to pressed glass, and it's signed Fry, F-R-Y. We're familiar with Fry glass. I like the Fry opalescent kitchen glass, but Fry also did beautiful cut glass. We think of Libby, who did a lot of glass like this as well. But the signature, I'll never be able to get you to see it because it is tiny, 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 and I'll try. Right there, what looks like a smudge, right around there, I'll get it in the sunlight. That's actually the word Fry. And you may say, that looks to me like it's just some old tape residue. No, it's signed Fry. You have to believe me on that. To try to get you to see it one more time. Where is it? Right there. Yep, that's signed Fry. So beautiful. Now this is all cut. The whole thing cut on a wheel, and when you rub your hands over it, and it's heavy, so it catches the light. I wish we had a little more sunlight so you could see it. Very excited about that. I'm also going to, probably at Christmas time, put this with some little singing angels. I don't know that it was meant to be a Christmas decoration, but that is a boy at the pipe organ. And I think it would be cute. This was never a music box. I think this would be nice at Christmas to put those little Japan angel girls in front of it. And then this, that's old. I just found him about 2 days ago, and he's got those numbers on the bottom, which Dee and I were trying to remember, because obviously the Japan label has fallen off. So Enesco, Napco, Mapoko, you know, all those Japan, they all put little numbers down there like that. So I'm convinced he is a Japan piece, and he probably dates from the mid-50s to the mid-60s. He will be coming up for sale at some point soon during my autumn sales. And so I will be selling him. Let's just do a few more things and then we'll cut this video off, and then I'll film part 2, which I hope you'll come back and see tomorrow. I've got a Continental Can Company shaker, which that little cap is missing. They can be found. This needs to be washed, but it's very it needs to be washed. Very 1960s, with all the drink recipes on there. Continental Can acquired Hazel Atlas, as you know. I'll definitely be keeping this because it's another, look at all this lint from that towel. I need to do something about that. That is a pink 1930s console bowl, which will be awesome on a black base. And this would have been made, again, it's got the that sprayed on enamel, which we saw on that tidbit tray. And that's just classic shape. Speaking of the sprayed on enamel, which was done in the factories, and that allowed them to very inexpensively change the colors. right? So here's another one, and I've been wanting one of these. I'll keep this for my own collection. But the bird of paradise, as they sometimes call it, usually most of that paint has chipped off. And that's done by hand, and that's pretty good. Wait, get it in there. So most of the paint is still on there, which I'm happy to say, on the candy jar with the applied orange paint. And sometimes over time with this paint, it'll appear a little blotchy, a little faded. And I'm going to do some experimentation with different waxes and things to try to bring this up a little bit. I've got some ideas about what I'm going to do, but I'll keep that in my ever-growing candy jar collection. Here's a nice big beautiful one that is etched or wheel cut, and so Duncan Miller, I really need to get rid of that kitchen towel. Cambridge, Fostoria, they all made these. This is really pretty. It's a big one. And we've talked about these so many times. You're going to see, anytime you see this form, it's probably one of these old candy jars. And I haven't been collecting them for very long. I usually sell them when I find them, but now I've started keeping them. And I think I might have 10 or 12. We'll get them all together and admire them at some point, but... And what a bonus, because who doesn't like a piece of candy? And who doesn't like a piece of candy? Apparently somebody's been dipping into this, because there ain't no candy left. Okay, put that down. That's it for now. But I've only gotten through just about half, not quite, of what's on this table. So I'm going to wrap it up. Let's have a review. The things I showed you at the beginning are in that eBay store right now. The link is in the description box below. Join me tomorrow for the second half of this thrift haul. And there are going to be new things in that eBay store every other day. That's my plan. All right? So until then, thank you for watching. There goes the school bus. Haven't seen that in a while. Wait for the cat. I'm Scott saying thanks for watching, and so long for now. See you tomorrow.